AP on the move.
Well, Albie the Tiger is ready for tonight's game as his Auburn Tigers host the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee with a record of 9-5 overall, 1-2 in the conference. Auburn 6-5, 1-3 in SEC play. Here are the starting lineups. First for Tennessee. They'll go with Corey Allen at a forward, their second leading scorer. The other forward, Stanley Caldwell, 6'6" freshman, starting his fourth game tonight. Hamer is another freshman in the pivot. He's a 7-footer. In the backcourt, Wiseman this season passing 1,000 points in his career. And only Pistol Pete Maravich has scored more among SEC players than Allen Houston, who has 2,464 points, playing for his dad, Wade Houston, the coach at Tennessee, with an overall record of 56-56. Here's the starting lineup for Auburn. Person leads Auburn both scoring and rebounding, 18 points, 7 boards a game. Wiley comes off that 24-point game against Carolina. This is his second career start. Swinson leads the SEC in field goal percentage. Battle has 1,637 points, the Tigers' number 6 all-time scorer, and Gallen 4th all-time in assists at Auburn. Auburn coached by Tommy Joe Eagles in his 4th year at Auburn, his 8th year as a college head coach overall. He's won 131 games. So Auburn hosting Tennessee in Southeastern Conference play from Auburn, Alabama tonight. We'll have the opening tip right after this.
Serious times demand serious men.
Hard work is the reward for hard work.
Tenacity, gumption, discipline.
Sometimes you've got to stop and smell the pizza.
He's in Manhattan on Wednesday, Frankfurt on Thursday, Paris, Rome, and Vienna after that. He believes it's better to do business across a table than over a fax machine. This year, he'll fly more than 100,000 miles with us because he knows nobody understands him better than we do. At Delta, when we say we love to fly and it shows, this is where it shows.
Now, Captain D's has the best fish sandwich in town. It's called the Captain's Catch, a real filet of fish with lettuce, cheese, our special dill tartar sauce, all on a multigrain bun. Just $1.99. You can call it the Captain's Catch. I, however, shall call it lunch.
From the Joel Lees Memorial Coliseum in Auburn, Alabama, Tom Hammond and Larry Conley for Southeastern Conference action. Tennessee against Auburn. And the officials for tonight's game, Jim Burr from Latham, New York, Sam Croft of Jamestown, North Carolina, and Kerry Sitton from Henderson, Texas.
Well, got them from everywhere tonight, huh?
All points of the compass converging on the loveliest village on the plains, Auburn, Alabama. Tennessee with a sizable lead in the series, but at Auburn, all even at 19 apiece, and the Tigers have won 3 of the last 4 meetings with the Volunteers. They split last year. At Knoxville, Auburn lost 92-74. And at Auburn here, they won, so the two teams splitting home and home. Wiley from Battle to open the game with a layup.
It's like he's going to pick up right where he left off in Columbia last weekend.
He likes this starting business.
Yeah. He says, Coach, I don't want to ever come out here. Now, here's the matchup, Tom. We thought maybe the person would be guarding Houston, but it's Reggie Gallen who's going to guard Houston.
So Gallen matched up on Houston. Allen Houston has a sizable height advantage, 6'6" to Gallen's 5'10". Let's see if he tries to post him up as the game progresses.
You got to think that. I mean, he's got to go inside. They got to try to work it to him. It's like Tennessee's somewhat unsure about their offense. There it is, right there.
There's the post up. Double team comes, and Allen dishes off to Hamer, who travels. Well, Steve Hamer never could quite get in sync and is called for steps.
You ever think maybe the anticipation of the defense that time, knowing that he was going to go down and post up, so they looked for help? Pretty good defensive ploy right there, I think, by Tommy Joe Eagles.
Worked first time around anyway.
Yeah, they won't shut him down. I can promise you that.
Baseline move cut off, then the turnaround jumper partially blocked. Follow is no good and rebounded finally by Tennessee. Stanley Caldwell with the board for the Vols, who look to tie. Allen. Corey Allen, averaging 12 a game, has scored 29 over the last 2 for the Vols. He ties it.
Allen Houston's going to have to guard Gallen out on the top. That, too, is a mismatch. Gallen has a little bit more quickness, not as good an outside shooter.
This is Wiley looking inside and then feeding in there. Shot no good by Person, and then the rebound to Houston. Auburn gets back on defense, so Houston slows it down, then fires a 3. Back rim and rebounded by Swinson.
Pretty good defensive work that time by Reggie Gallen. He didn't give up, even with all the gyrations out top.
Person hits from outside. That's a 2 just inside the arc. Wesley Person's first basket.
Wesley Person is so high in almost every offensive category in the Southeastern Conference. He is one of the better all-around players this league has to offer.
He's in the top 6 in 5 different offensive categories. Scoring, rebounding, assist, 3-point percentage.
Lang Wiseman underneath, right off of the block.
So Lang Wiseman on the scoreboard, averaging 11 a game to tie it at 4.
See, it was that academic smartness to put him in there. He knew he had to go inside. One of the better student athletes the Southeastern Conference has to offer, too.
Can't get any better. He's 4.0.
That's it.
Gallen got a step, then fed back to Person. Penetration. Person laid it up, and it would not roll in. Swinson's follow knocked away and taken by Hamer.
How about Hamer's hands? He went down and took it away from the guy right at the waist. Well, Tennessee very patient on offense tonight. They're in no hurry. Didn't look for the breaks, set up the half-court offense. I think maybe they think they've got an advantage running this half-court game instead of the transition.
Allen off the blocks, falls away, and gets his second bucket.
Tom, I think one thing for sure we can see in the early game plan right here for Wade Houston, they're going to go inside. They're going to push the ball in there.
Vols have their first lead, and here's the first foul of the game. Whistled against Tennessee, Lang Wiseman.
I talked about going inside. There's a reason for that. They have a distinct advantage by going in there because of their size. Allen, Hamer, all much bigger than any of the Auburn players.
Hamer, a 7-footer, and Swinson, one of the bigger Auburn players, at 6'5", Person at 6'6". Three-pointer won't go for Wiley. Houston spins and scores.
Ooh, nice move. That might have been an NBA move, too.
Tennessee has its biggest lead. They're up 4. Pretty bucket by Allen Houston. He is so fun to watch. Battle launches a 3 and hits it.
Hey, one thing about these two clubs, they can shoot some threes. Auburn shooting 41% from three-point range.
And for Ronnie Battle, that is his 200th three-point field goal, tops all time at Auburn.
What makes these clubs tough, both of them. They can go outside and shoot that perimeter shot. And really, Wiseman and Houston control it for Tennessee. Battle awfully good from three-point range, as is Person for Auburn.
Easy one underneath for Caldwell, off the pass from Allen Houston. Wiley head fake and travels. Aubrey Wiley will turn it over to Tennessee, led by the scoring and passing of Allen Houston. Tennessee has taken the lead. Timeout at 15:37 in the first half. Vols by 3.
Seems that some boys just don't know how to play nice.
So you wanna play tough?
Introducing the bold new Ford Ranger.
You say you wanna play mean. Well, if you're gonna play tough, Ford got the right machine, yeah.
With this brand new body, Ranger's just not playing fair.
Best never rest. Ford got a new machine.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. But that's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
Yeah, we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Right.
The care review from Nationwide, because things change.
We asked Bill Warren how fast Standback got rid of his headache.
Fast? Well, I'll tell you, like a bullet. Get up and go. Hustle. Quick time. Rabbit fever. Zip. Hot foot and scoot. Scram. Skedaddle like a blue streak. Grease lightning. Full blast. House of fire. Hightail and hit it. Snap it. Neck break and zoom. Get the lead out. Let her rip. Chop. Chop on the double. Lickety split. Double time.
Tennessee leading Auburn 10-7 with 15:37 left in the opening half. Tommy Joe Eagles electing to go with Reggie Gallen defending Allen Houston. Houston has scored double figures 31 straight games. The last time he was held below double figures, he had 6 in the Vols win against Auburn last year, guarded by Wesley Person. That's the last time he's held in below double figures. And Tennessee won the game anyway in Knoxville, the only meeting between these two teams last year.
Somebody's going to say the same thing. I really thought Gallen's got a real tough time. Look at Hamer. Whoa, strong move inside.
And the Vols go up 5. That's their biggest, and that's the one great advantage Tennessee has on Auburn is that height inside, and the 7-footer slammed it home.
You know, Wade Houston's going to be awfully pleased. He's starting 2 freshmen with these 3 seniors out here. Caldwell and Hamer are both freshmen. Good mixture. Hamer and Allen have really been playing well recently.
Battle 3 goes.
Well, he can stick him, Kenny, huh? Some kind of shooter from that perimeter.
201 career threes and 6 points in the game for Ronnie Battle.
Seems like we've been watching that for about 8 years.
He's finally a senior, but what a career he's had. Nearly 1,700 points now. Here's a steal by Wiley, and Auburn with a chance to cut into this 2-point lead, perhaps tie it or take the lead. Wiley gives them the lead by 1. Everybody's shooting threes.
Well, we had a parade in D.C. today. We got a parade of threes down here now.
Wiley actually is hitting 50% from 3-point range. Better than that now. He just hadn't shot very much. Wiseman with a quick shot. Air ball. Gallen takes it the other way.
I'd be looking for Battle.
Person open for 3. Wiseman with the rebound, and Tennessee will set it up.
That one would have sent the crowd in orbit to have 4 threes this early. Battle doing a nice job on Wiseman out front. Chief Person out top on Caldwell.
Inside, Hamer. Gallen came in there to get a hand on it and picks it up on the fly. Here's the Auburn break. Winston.
They can do it inside, too.
Auburn with an 8-0 run has taken a 3-point edge.
Tell you one thing, Tom, when you're shooting threes, and you got somebody that can go in and jam like that, watch Gallen, that little tip out. Then he picks it up. Look at the ball rolling on the floor. Good grab. Up the floor. You see Swenson? Little no-look pass. Swenson 1 step, and get out of my way, Lang Wiseman. I'm going home.
Lang Wiseman's just been called for his 2nd foul as Auburn gets the ball back in the midst of that 8-0 run.
Auburn with a 1-4 alignment now. They got a point guard Gallen, 4 guys up top. Watch the screen for Person and Battle.
Weems just in at the point, finds Swinson. Ball fake and another 2.
Mr. Inside. Swenson, Mr. Outside. Battle and Person.
Swinson leads the SEC in field goal percentage, hitting nearly 67%.
No wonder. Nice shots to have when you can get them.
The freshman Weems now has the defensive assignment on Allen Houston. There's the matchup, and Weems knocked it right into the hands of Tommy Joe Eagle. Weems is a 6'2" freshman from Ashland, Alabama. 3-time All-State and twice MVP of the 2A state tournament. Scored 3,660 points, tops all time in the state of Alabama. Hamer got it.
Boy, nice effort down in there. I thought maybe he might have been held by Hutton. down in there, and he got the ball on the baseline and still went strong up.
Steve Hamer has 4, cutting the lead back to 3.
There's that 1-4 alignment. Back door to Weems. Beautifully done. Nice play. Good look and a nice bounce pass. We got a real offensive show so far.
These are the 2 best shooting teams in the SEC. Tennessee 1st and 7th in the nation. Auburn 2nd in the league and 8th overall in college basketball. Blocked out of bounds. It'll go back to the Volunteers. Well, some high-class basketball being played here at Auburn. You can't draw up the back door any better than that. High post, the cutter Weems to lay it in. And Auburn has come from behind to lead by 5.
Do you know what your business would actually save on a call from New York to L.A. using MCI instead of AT&T? Here's your big savings. Leaving AT&T doesn't make a lot of sense. If your business gives up the quality of AT&T Pro Watts and calls from Boston to Chicago with someone else, here's your big savings. Leaving AT&T doesn't make a lot of sense.
BP's research and testing tends to leave an impression on most visitors.
4th floor aviation fuel research. 6th floor marine fuel testing.
And we put this research to use in a very practical place, your local BP station.
Pizza for Todd King.
Top floor.
Top floor space research.
BP, on the move.
On January 1st, the Alabama Crimson Tide went to the Sugar Bowl and came home the national champions of college football. The game is history now, but you can continue to celebrate this historic victory with the official game program. WSFA has acquired a limited number of original 1993 Sugar Bowl programs. The actual programs sold at the game. The cost is only $10 each, and you can buy yours while they last at Cohen's Electronics, Montgomery Rug and Shade, and Reinhardt Toyota. Remember this national championship forever with an official 1993 Sugar Bowl program from WSFA.
Rick Pitino will lead his Kentucky Wildcats into a Columbia in turmoil to face the South Carolina Gamecocks in the first game of our doubleheader on Saturday. Second game will match Alabama at Mississippi State. SEC doubleheader on Saturday. And then a week from tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time start for Arkansas at Mississippi State. And I guess that'll be a clash of tempos, won't it? Arkansas and Mississippi State.
Tell you one thing, Arkansas for the surprise of the Southeastern Conference and maybe of the nation.
Top 10 team now, the Razorbacks. There's Allen Houston off the set play for a wide open 3.
Yeah, somebody got lost in the defense that time.
Tennessee has hit 8 of 12 now, while Auburn is 8 of 14.
Tennessee's gone to a 1-3-1 zone. Let's see if they trap out of it or just play it straight. Trap the corners, perhaps the wing and the point.
Person came up short on that jump hook. Batted around right to Houston. Allen for 3. Nope, just inside the arc. Thought he had stopped up behind it, but had a foot on it, so it's only a 2. Nevertheless, Tennessee has tied the game at 19.
Something they did that in 30 seconds. They were down 5, come back, get a Houston 3, and an Allen 2.
Gallen for 3.
Look at Hutton.
Came out. And the rebound to Tennessee's Sean Sheffield.
Oh, Mark Hutton can get up quick. Some guys are just quick jumpers. He's one of those guys.
Allen faked the shot, tried to dump it off. Nobody there. Wesley Person off the 5th Tennessee turnover. Weems feeds it back out. Gallen recycles the offense against the Tennessee zone.
Tennessee not aggressively trapping with this zone. They're just kind of making a half-hearted effort to go to that corner and trap. Keep an eye right now on the corners with Person.
Hutton nearly threw it away. Weems was able to save it. Shot clock to 14 as Gallen launches a 3. Person with the rebound, and Auburn retains possession. Weems, a long-range 3, came up short. Hutton, and they're battling and claims the rebound.
Nice.
And with a dish, to Person.
Boy, give Mark Hutton a lot of credit for that basket. He kept the ball alive, stayed with it, and made a great dish down underneath. Good effort.
Mark Hutton, the junior college transfer. Great work on the board. Was outmanned. 4 orange jerseys to 1 white. Now Hutton commits the foul.
Now let's go back and look at the young man who, for the second straight game, has not started for Auburn. He started the season in all of their games except for the last 2. I went out and asked him, and I said, how do you like coming off the bench? He says, well, it's my role right now, but I'm not going to stay there for long.
Hutton from Wichita, Kansas, a transfer from Barton County Community College in Kansas, where he was a junior college All-American.
Had been first in the SEC in blocks.
Golden shot, back rim no good. Person the other way. Nice catch by Battle, who takes it baseline, pulls up, and got the roll.
Was he versatile? I mean, he could shoot the 3, goes inside, good athletic move to retain his body control and get it up.
Golden fell down. Here's Battle against Houston, lobs it to Hutton for 2.
It's been an offensive onslaught.
A seesaw game. Auburn goes on top. Tennessee comes back. Auburn has its biggest lead at the moment. LaMarcus Golden back to Allen Houston. Gallen's back on him.
Tom, I think it's a pretty good idea by Tommy Joe Eagles to put Gallen on Houston. He might bother him because he's so much smaller. There's a 5-second count.
Well, that edge and quickness, Houston not able to get by Gallen, and the 5-second call.
You know what the first reaction is as an offensive player who's got a 5 or 6 inch height advantage? He wants to post up. That's the first thing he does. But the advantage for the smaller player is out on the floor, which is where Allen Houston likes to play.
Houston will get a rest now. His dad gives him a pat as he sits down. So far tonight, Auburn has gotten 11 points off Tennessee's turnovers, 7 of them. And it's a 25-19 Auburn lead as the clock ticks down toward 8 minutes remaining first half. Battle. Wiseman kept it alive, but Gallen has it for Auburn.
Battle almost got backcourt called on him there.
The little guy, half Gallen they call him, Reggie Gallen, 5'10", and they're rebounding. Person finds a wide open Hutton. Rolled off, tapped in by Wiley.
They're not big, but they play big. Hutton and Wiley all over that rim.
7 points for Wiley. Here's another score in ACC action.
Well, good defense. They picked it up now.
Wiseman, shot blocked out of bounds. Battle converged to slap it away. Auburn playing some heads-up basketball the last few minutes to take their biggest lead of the game. This time it's Person inside to Hutton. It won't go, but there's Wiley for the follow. 7:31 left in the opening half. Auburn leads 27-19.
When Ford refined the full-size car, we made its shape more aerodynamic, its V8 engine more powerful, and yet more efficient. We also added to its comfort and even its safety with available anti-lock brakes and dual airbags. But through it all, one thing about the Ford Crown Victoria has remained the same. It's still as quiet as a Rolls-Royce.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Serious times demand serious men.
Hard work is the reward for hard work.
Tenacity, gumption, discipline.
Sometimes you've got to stop and smell the pizza.
More than anything else, S&K is known for top quality suits at low prices. So when S&K is an entire stock suit and sport coat sale, it's big news.
$50 off every double-breasted suit in stock, including Nino Cerruti, Benzia, Burt Pulitzer, and Taylor's Row. Every Botany 500 suit, including athletic fit, is reduced to $179.97. Every single suit is on sale now.
Now this is my kind of newspaper.
Shop S&K at the Promenade Shopping Center.
In 1989, the SEC had 4 new coaches: Rick Pitino, Eddie Fogler, Wade Houston, and Tommy Joe Eagles, and here is how they have fared. Pitino and Fogler, of course, beneficiaries of some great tradition. And there they are, Tommy Joe Eagles and Wade Houston.
I think all 4 guys have done a pretty respectable job, particularly Pitino. He has just been fantastic with that Kentucky program. They got there much quicker, Tom, than I think they thought they would.
Houston can't hit it. On the floor and picked up by Auburn. Here's Person. Stewart. That one went down and came out before it's rebounded. Offensive rebounds 9-1 in favor of the Tigers. Fake. Shot by Houston, no good, and a rebounding foul. Gannon Goodson of Tennessee, number 1.
Tom, I thought Allen Houston might have rushed that shot a little bit. He lost his dribble, wanted to pick it up and carry it on, but couldn't, and had no one to pass to, and threw up a very poor shot that time.
Well, we talked about the matchup between coaches, and there have been some alumni grumbles, perhaps, about Eagles and Houston. But hanging in there, and both expected to do well this season. So far, that hasn't been the case, but the season young. Auburn began 0-3. Tennessee began 0-2. Tennessee was picked to be a contender in the East, and Auburn picked by many to win the West.
Yeah, most people that you talk to know Southeastern Conference basketball had Auburn up there. In fact, most of the polls I saw had Auburn winning the Western Division. I think it was based mainly on the number of people they had coming back.
Battle shot no good off the front of the rim, and alertly chased down by Sean Stewart.
Along with a great junior college player, Mark Hutton. And I think a lot of people just supposed that was what was going to happen. They were going to have a terrific year. It hasn't been that way so far.
Trying to build on their win at South Carolina Saturday, as is Tennessee, getting its first SEC win over Mississippi State this past weekend. Another offensive board. They're in double figures on offensive rebounds as Aaron Swinson puts that one home, and he has 6.
Swinson, Wiley, and Hutton all doing great work on that backboard.
Tennessee hasn't scored in the last 4 minutes. This foul called on Auburn's Sean Stewart, who has taken up the defensive assignment of Allen Houston.
Jim Burke came over to the Auburn club and said, guys, into hand checking. That's it. Allen Houston tried to make a move down the right sideline there and couldn't go anywhere because of the strength of the Auburn team. Inside.
Chris Brand enters the game for Tennessee. And also coming on is Kevin Whitted. That's Goodson will take a seat. 6 minutes left in the first half. 10-point Auburn lead. First double-figure advantage for either team.
Brand with a nice move down the middle. Had no one to pass to.
Jermaine Brown into the game for the Vols. Coach Houston getting plenty of reserves in the game here in the first half.
Good double team that time by Auburn.
Houston had 3 men around him, couldn't score. There's an offensive board for the Vols. Whitted, though, can't put it home. Knocked out of bounds by Wiley. Tennessee gets it back.
One of the rare times we've seen Tennessee really go to the offensive glass. That time they really went after the basketball.
Person and Gallen re-enter the Auburn lineup. We remind you that the announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. Any use of the broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited.
Allen Houston just kicked the ball out of bounds. Having a tough first half. Auburn defense, I think, has got him a little frustrated.
8 Tennessee turnovers in the first half. One of the reasons Auburn enjoys a double-figure lead. The other would be offensive rebounds, and they have an 11-2 edge. Wiley. That's a block. No. They said Hamer fouled him. How could he foul him when he had both hands on top of the basketball?
Well, let's go back and take a look at that. I agree with you. I thought maybe this was a block. Inside. Good pass by Reggie Gallen. He got it low. Now look at Wiley make the strong move. Go up. Well, he had a hold of his arm. Had his right arm with the left arm. Agree or disagree? Come on.
I'm not buying it. His arms were there, and Wiley jumped up into him. He had both arms. I don't know what you can do any more than that. Wiley misses the free throw. We pointed out these are the 2 best free throw shooting teams in the conference. Auburn is 2nd and 8th in the U.S. Tennessee 1st and 7th in college basketball. Here's Aubrey Wiley. Boy, he's given The Tigers a lift these last 2 games. Wiley's free throw makes the lead 30-19.
Auburn now with a 2-2-1 or 2-1-2 full court press. Good trap. Houston got out of it.
Did he ever? 8-footer is there.
Oh, was that a great move? Like a snake. Just weaving his way down the court.
That'll double team. Brand knocked it away for a moment, out of bounds to Auburn. Houston now with 7 points in the game.
What's up, Al? What's the screen? How you going out?
Auburn leads by 9. 4:54 left, first half. Wiley. Another 3.
I love to watch big guys go out and shoot the threes.
Taking a page from Jamal Mashman's book. Here's Brand with a charging foul.
And look who drew it. Aubrey Wiley. Chris Brand a little bit out of control. Aubrey Wiley with a good defensive position. Look at this. We'll show you right up top. He goes right into his chest. Wiley with a good defensive work.
Perfect position for Aubrey Wiley. He bruised his foot in practice on Monday, and there was some question whether he'd be ready to play tonight. He is ready.
He's definitely ready.
We can pronounce him ready.
Well, even doctors, we can pronounce him ready.
Wiley, quick move off the low high post, and then rejected by Whitted.
Pretty defensive play inside. Boy, Whitted got there in a hurry.
Off the screen, Jermaine Brown is short. And the rebound to Wesley Person of Auburn. 5 boards for Person.
That's a push-off. Tom, when you've got a defense that's giving the kind of help right now that Auburn's getting, you're going to have success. Now watch this move down inside. Wally gets by Hamer. Look at Whitted come over and just reject that basketball. That's good defensive help. It's a team game. You got to help your partner once in a while.
Kevin Whitted, 6'9" sophomore from Wilmington, North Carolina. Transfer from Pfeiffer College in North Carolina. Went to the same high school in Wilmington, Laney High School, as Michael Jordan. Here's a post-up move. Allen Houston. Picked up by 3 different players. Didn't matter.
Boy, is he quick. Fluid.
1 point away from his 32nd straight game in double figures. Person's 3. Too hard. Tennessee with a rebounding foul.
Now, it's amazing how often Aaron Swinson gets in position for offensive rebounding. He's one of those guys that has a knack for knowing where the ball's going to go and maneuvers his body in a position to be able to pick it up.
Foul was called on Kevin Whitted. How many times have you seen this from Allen Houston? Just sit back and enjoy an All-American. Little hook to the hand, too. But Auburn leads by 10.
A few hours after they told me, I realized that a promotion doesn't just change your office, it changes your life. I knew it was time to call Tom, my nationwide insurance agent.
Barbara needed a nationwide care review. We talked about her coverages, updated them, even consolidated a few policies.
Oh, Tom had some great ideas. He even saved me some money.
That's what I'm here for.
That's good to know.
The care review from Nationwide, because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
Only Delta gives you more flights from over here to over there. Only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities from over here to over there. In fact, only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities in Europe than all these airlines combined. Delta, we love to fly, and it shows the world over.
BP's research and testing tends to leave an impression on most visitors.
4th floor aviation fuel research. 6th floor marine fuel testing.
And we put this research to use in a very practical place. Your local BP station.
Pizza for Todd King.
Top floor.
Top floor space research.
BP, on the move.
3:32 left in the first half. Tennessee led for a while, but Auburn has come back to take a 10-point lead, 33-23.
Yeah, that's a nice little shot from up top. Our cameraman, I think he has insurance for that, huh?
Whoa.
Whoop, down he goes.
Auburn's hitting 14 of 33. Tennessee 11 of 21 so far. There's another Auburn hoop and a Tennessee foul.
Wiley right there to grab it inside. Tom, I think they've had more baskets inside in this game tonight than they've had in the whole month of January. They've gone inside a lot. Auburn getting good offensive rebounds and a lot of stickbacks.
Was that 18 to 11 they've out-rebounded Tennessee. They've hit 4 3-point field goals in 12 attempts, while Tennessee is 1 of 3.
And of those 18 rebounds, most of those have been offensive.
Aubrey Wiley with 10 points and 2 rebounds so far. He's a junior from Brantley, Alabama, was a high school teammate of Wesley Person. He missed the last 9 weeks of last season with a broken foot. In between his time in Brantley, he went to Patrick Henry Junior College here in Alabama, but since inserted into the starting lineup the last game against South Carolina, he has been playing lights out. 11 points for him now here in the first half.
Mark Hutton says he wants back in that lineup. That's the guy he's got to beat out. I think it's going to be pretty tough to root him out of there right now.
Houston goes underneath. Hamer puts it up and draws the foul. Well, Tennessee kind of got away from that going inside to use their height advantage, and Wade Houston at that last timeout saying, let's go back to the big 7-footer, Steve Hamer. He'll step to the line where he hits 75%.
Allen Houston that time had a shot, decided to pass it up and go inside, and now they've got a chance to pick up a couple from the line.
Foul was whistled on Aubrey Wiley, his first, only the 4th against Auburn. There's Wiley getting a rest and a hand as well. Hamer has 4 points. He's hit 2 of 3 and has 1 rebound.
Tom, you know, you look at that lineup Tennessee's got in there right now with Allen and Goodson and Hamer. They really are much bigger. I would expect them to go back inside the remainder of this first half.
Hamer hits the back of the rim on 2 free throws. 0 for 2 at the line. Costly misses for the Volunteers, who still trail by 13. Yes, and a foul. Swinson laid it in, and he'll go to the line. Auburn is playing great basketball over the past 10 or 12 minutes.
And it's all been on the inside for the most part. They started with a 3-point barrage, and they got away from that and started going back to the inside. Look at this good move inside by Swinson right around Hamer. That's quickness. That's quickness versus size.
Well, the 3-point shots open it up inside, and the big guys have been going to the hoop with authority. Can't hit the 3-point play. And Brand finally takes it for Tennessee. Swinson remains with 8 points and 3 rebounds as Auburn leads by 15.
The beneficiaries of those 3-point shots early have been Swinson and Wiley. They've really capitalized.
Houston off the post up, can't hit the baseline jumper.
Look at Person dribble with that head up, looking.
Battle calls for a screen, guarded by Houston. They'll set it up.
Good cut, good switch that time. Brand's got Person now.
Patient half-court offense from the Tigers this time. Shot clock down to 14. Gallen penetrates, scores!
Tommy had the advantage. He had Corey Allen on him out top, and he just took him and schooled him right down the lane.
First basket for Reggie Gallen. Houston's 3 won't go. Rebound on the floor. Corey Allen fakes, shoots, and draws the foul as well.
Watch Reggie Gallen handle the basketball down the middle, and this patient half-court offense that Auburn's shown you. Look at that. See, that's no match right there. Allen cannot keep up with Reggie Gallen. Once he makes that little move to the inside and bind, let's forget it. Then you go to the other end. Tennessee doing a little bit board work on the inside, much like Auburn. Good pump fake by Corey Allen, trying to redeem himself after that defensive effort.
Wesley Person whistled for his first foul, and the 2 best free throw shooting teams in the league are not shooting well there tonight.
Nice kick out.
Person. And right back to Auburn. Battle waded in to get it.
I expect they're going to run that clock down pretty good. Battle may have second thoughts, though.
Game clock down to 1:20 remaining first half.
Hard to keep a good shooter down when he feels it.
Is that, are you speaking from experience?
Absolutely not. I never saw the ball. Gallen's going to run the plays now. He's got it down to 15 seconds on the clock.
Offensive rebounds heavily in favor of the Tigers. Person with 8 seconds on the shot clock dishes inside, and Swinson was too far under, but guess what? Auburn gets it right back.
And for the second time in a row, they picked up a loose ball right around the free throw line. They're getting everything coming off of their rim.
About a 13-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, which, as you see, is down to 45.
It's the best half of basketball I've seen Auburn play this year, Tom. They've really played very, very well on both ends.
Sputtered a little bit at the start, but have played excellent basketball the last few minutes. Gallen pull up. Here's Tennessee. Plenty of time left. Caldwell takes it all the way. Finger roll no good. Tap no good by Allen, and Auburn gets it back. Battle from Person. Out of bounds. And Tennessee will get it back. Tennessee shooting too quickly?
Yeah, they really are. That time they did. I think Goodson forgot what the clock was. It's going to go to Houston. He's got now wide open underneath.
And Allen can't hit it. His second try, though, gets it down.
Tom, I think everybody on the Auburn team thought the ball was going to go to Allen Houston on this out-of-bounds play. Before, let's take a look at the fast break by Auburn. Person giving it up to Battle on his left. Look at this cut right here. Nice layup, finger roll. That was just before the out-of-bounds play.
Person with a no-look to Battle. Everything going right for the Auburn Tigers tonight as they blow open a close game to take a sizable halftime edge. We'll stay with us now at intermission. We'll give you a report on conference happenings, stats and highlights in the first half, and scores of other college basketball games in progress. It's been all Auburn so far.
SEC basketball is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Sometimes you gotta stop and smell the pizza. And by AT&T, the right choice.
Ford trucks, the best, never rest.
That's right. Only Ford Truck offers driver airbags in both mini and full-size vans. But there's a lot more to safety than that.
That's why Ford not only designs and builds trucks to meet or exceed federal crash test requirements, we also do special safety testing of our own.
We do what the government says, and a lot more.
The best-built, best-selling American trucks are built Ford tough.
If your business gives up the quality of AT&T International Long Distance and calls Italy with someone else, here's your big savings.
3 coins in the fountain.
Leaving AT&T doesn't make a lot of sense. If you give up AT&T quality and call from Phoenix to Dallas with someone else, here's your big savings. Leaving AT&T doesn't make a lot of sense.
Hi, Mary. We're running right on schedule for one. So confirm our 3 o'clock with Emerson, our 4 o'clock with Moore, and our 5 o'clock with Sherman. Whoa, Mary, we just hit one heck of a traffic jam. Better postpone our 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, our 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and our 5 o'clock till tomorrow.
Introducing the new Steak Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Special sauce, delicious steak, onions, and 3 kinds of cheese.
We shouldn't be doing this. Hey, guys, sometimes you gotta stop and smell the pizza.
Beautiful first half from the Auburn Tigers, who lead Tennessee 42-27 at intermission. Close game early. In fact, Tennessee had the lead before Auburn caught fire, and they're up 42-27. And this is the Auburn, Larry, that everyone expected, the team that was picked to win the SEC West.
I really think that change in the lineup that Tommy Joe Eagles has made with Aubrey Wiley coming into the lineup the last 2 games has really helped this club. You know, with Hutton coming off the bench, it gives them an experienced player who's tall, who's rangy. But they really have shot the ball very well in this first half and really gone to the glass.
Just about everyone contributing in some way for Auburn, too. Well, let's take a look at how the conference race is shaping up. First in the SEC East, Kentucky for a while was reduced to second place when Florida was 3-0, but the Gators have lost, and so Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Florida 3-1 in conference play. And again, we point out that Tennessee was expected to be right in the thick of the race, but after losing their first two, are hoping to reach 500 with a victory here tonight and trailing at halftime. In the West, Auburn, picked by many to win, is at 1-3 after that 0-3 start and hoping to climb up in the rankings. And as you noted earlier, two of the surprise teams in America are Arkansas and LSU, which are 1-2 now in the SEC West. Well, we also want to take a look at some of the individual statistics in Southeastern Conference play. Allen Houston right now ranks second in Southeastern Conference scoring behind James Hollywood Robinson of Alabama, who is averaging 0.2 of a point more than Allen.
Well, those are 5 great players right there, and most of them outside players. And Mashburn gets most of his points outside, so you could basically say that that's a perimeter scoring Southeastern Conference leadership.
Thurman of Arkansas, just a freshman. Here's the way the rebounding race stacks up. Geert Hammack, the 7-footer from the Netherlands who plays for LSU, is the only rebounder in double figures. He's doing a great job for the Tigers, one of the reasons they're off to such a good start, and he is at 10.4, the leading rebounder in the conference. And atop the assist list, a familiar face, the defending assist champion in the SEC, Chucky Evans of Mississippi State, who has a sizable lead in that department.
Well, you take a look at those other guys. They've done Reggie Gallen, who's in this game, is third right now. It's a really good guard-oriented league. I like the guards in this league, particularly the point guard, Chucky Evans. A lot of people have not heard about him. Those of us who know SEC basketball know how good he is.
All right, we're at halftime. Auburn, Alabama. The Auburn Tigers trying to win their second SEC game, leading Tennessee 42-27. We'll be back.
He's in Manhattan on Wednesday, Frankfurt on Thursday, Paris, Rome, and Vienna after that. He believes it's better to do business across a table than over a fax machine. This year, he'll fly more than 100,000 miles with us because he knows nobody understands him better than we do. At Delta, when we say we love to fly and it shows, this is where it shows.
With each new day, you find a way to be your best.
Gillette Sensor for the closest, safest shave ever.
You know you gotta be a little better than the rest.
Only Gillette Sensor has spring-mounted twin blades that sense and adjust to every detail of every face. Gillette Sensor, when you're the best, there's no feeling like it.
Gillette, the best of men. The determination to be the best. The challenge of making it to the top. The skill to rise above the rest. Knowing you've done your best. The SEC preparing you for the game of life.
The Lexus ES300 provides a haven of peace and quiet for even the most sensitive ears. It's a sound investment at Reinhardt Lexus in Montgomery.
Welcome back to the Joe Lees Memorial Coliseum in Auburn, Alabama. Crowd in a good mood because the home team is up 42-27. Auburn has done it by hitting the boards terrifically well, especially on the offensive glass. Actually did everything well. I don't know how to single out anything, but that was something that stood out in the first half, the offensive board work of Auburn.
Yeah, once in a while, they really dominated on the inside. And you take a look at the outside shooting. I mean, Wiley went outside and scored some, too. Let's look at the highlights down inside. You watch Hamer right here try to go up. Gallen got a little piece of that basketball, then grabbed it, rolled it to the other end, picked it up, and will go inside and give it to Swenson, who makes the nice move and right over Lang and dunks it. One of the more impressive highlights of the first half for Auburn, and he had a number of them. Let's go inside and watch Steve Hamer for Tennessee take the basketball. Good post-up position here, a good lob pass right over Swenson right there. He goes up top. He does the same thing with a good dunk. Steve Hamer, the tallest player on the floor tonight. Now Reggie Gallen giving it up to Aubrey Wiley. We talked about his outside shooting. We'll show you some of it. So he does it outside and inside. saying, come on back, guys. It's easy.
Well, it has been easy for Auburn in the first half, as they have completely outplayed Tennessee. Tennessee has shown spots of trying to go inside to use their height advantage. They started with a smaller Ricky Gallen guarding Allen Houston. He posted up a couple of times, but Tennessee has just been ineffective, especially hitting the boards despite their height advantage, and Auburn has the big lead here at halftime. We'll be back to check some other college basketball scores when we return to Auburn, Alabama.
When your job gives you a powerful headache, you need powerful relief.
Power, BC Power.
No matter where you're hurting, you need the power of BC.
BC Power in the powder. The power of BC.
When you need strong relief, BC stops pain fast.
The power of BC.
Back around the turn of the century, when I was in school, the University of Tennessee was about students. Things haven't changed so much since then. Okay, so you spruced up the classroom a bit and got yourself a real nice robotics lab.
And one of the best business schools in the country.
So maybe they've added a degree program or two or 370. What's really changed? Just as it was back in my day. It's students. They're what the University of Tennessee is all about.
Here's a message from Auburn University.
Whenever I come back to the campus, I'm flooded with memories of my college days. I'm also reminded of the solid education I received here, which helped me and 5 other Auburn alumni astronauts to prepare for our careers. It's clear to me that an Auburn education works to make things better, and it worked for me.
One of the biggest fans of the Southeastern Conference is right here, Ruby Tuesday Restaurants. And as its founder, I can't think of a better way to support SEC sports and academics than by joining the conference as an official corporate sponsor. And it's a great way to cheer on an organization started over 50 years ago. So for all excitement in sports, let's turn to the Southeastern Conference and turn to Ruby Tuesday when you're ready to relax.
Tennessee led by 5 points early in the game, but since that time, it's been all Auburn. They're up by 15 at the break. Time now for the Jefferson Pilot scoreboard, brought to you by the Jefferson Pilot Life Insurance Company. Stability, just one of our benefits. And in ACC action, Florida State with a big lead at Clemson. In the SEC, Florida has come from behind to lead by 2 at South Carolina. At home. 2 by over South Carolina with play in the second half. And early in an SEC game in Oxford, Ole Miss leading Mississippi State by 1.
Let's take a look at nationwide right now. Wisconsin up on Ohio State 30-23 up in Madison. Pittsburgh up on Boston College 73-60 in the Big East. Pittsburgh really a big surprise, I think, on the East Coast. Nebraska, club out of the Big 8 right now, started out in the top 10 over Sacramento State 29-24.
And there's a look at our Jefferson Pilot scoreboard. If you're just joining us, Auburn had a terrific first half, especially in the latter stages. They lead Tennessee by 15 at halftime of this SEC encounter, East versus West. We'll be back with the second half in a moment.
Thank you. To all of you attracted by Buick's reputation for quality, but who think a new Buick is beyond your means, may I make the following suggestion? Go see the new Buick Skylark Custom. It is every bit a quality Buick. And as the most affordable Buick for 1993, it makes Buick quality more attractive than ever.
The SEC, 12 great schools with a history of excellence on the field, the court, and in the classroom. That's why we at Golden Flake are proud to be a corporate sponsor of the SEC in its activities like youth clinics and academic and scholarship programs. Golden Flake and the SEC, 2 traditions that give life in the South its unique flavor. Golden Flake, the favorite chip of the Southeastern Conference.
The determination to be the best. The challenge of making it to the top. The skills to above the rest. Knowing you've done your best. The SEC preparing you for the game of life.
On January 1st, the Alabama Crimson Tide went to the Sugar Bowl and came home the national champions of college football. The game is history now, but you can continue to celebrate this historic victory with the official game program. WSFA has acquired a limited number of original 1993 Sugar Bowl programs, the actual programs sold at the game. The cost is only $10 each, and you can buy yours while they last at Cohen's Electronics, Montgomery Rug and Shade, and Reinhardt Toyota. Remember this national championship forever with an official 1993 Sugar Bowl program from WSFA.
Jefferson Pilot Sports' exclusive coverage of SEC basketball is brought to you by Delta Airlines. At Delta, we love to fly, and it shows. By the Jefferson Pilot Life Insurance Company. Stability is just one of our benefits. By BC Headache Powder for powerful pain relief. Remember, no matter where you're hurting, nothing works faster than BC Powder. And by Buick and your local Buick dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America.
Getting ready to start the second half from Auburn, Alabama, with Auburn enjoying a 15-point lead on Tennessee. The Tigers, who began 0-3 in the conference race, trying to inaugurate a long SEC winning streak here and get back in the race.
Very nice.
You know it was coming sooner or later. Let's take a look at the first half stats now. We've been talking about the offensive rebounding of Auburn. That's just one of the stats we'll check here. We bragged on the shooting of these two teams, and they're both below their seasonal norms. 46% the Vols, only 44% Auburn. But look how many more shots they had, 41 to 28. Two best free throw shooting teams 2 or 3 times. I've mentioned that and bragged on it. Tennessee's 0 for 3, and Auburn only 2 of 4. I guess I'll shut up. What about the three-point shooting?
Tom, right now, 1 of 4 only for UT, and Auburn has had 4 of 13. The rebounding, look at the rebounding category. Auburn with 25 rebounds, and most of those offensive in the first half. Boy, that is terrific board work. Points off of turnovers, you can see right there. Here's the leading scorers.
Tennessee with only one man in double figures. That's Corey Allen, who hit at the buzzer to close the first half to reach double figures. Allen Houston held to only 9 points so far, being checked by a variety of defenders, primarily Reggie Gallen. Auburn has 2 players in double figures, led by Ronnie Battle, averaging 15 a game. He had 13 first half points to lead the Auburn onslaught. As we pointed out, it was a very impressive team effort by the Tigers. It seemed that everyone contributed, hitting the glass, getting out on the break, and playing defense.
Tom, what you'd like to really do if you're the Tennessee Volunteers is come out here immediately and get 5 or 6 baskets to get back in this basketball game. But they're going to have to use some press to get into this game. It's tough to press these 2 guys. Gallen and Battle handle it well, as does Person.
Tennessee has the ball to open the half with Wiseman, Houston, Caldwell, Hamer, and Allen. Auburn has its starting 5 out there, too. Swinson, Person, Gallen, Battle, and Wiley. Wiseman's 3. Maybe that'll get them going.
Well, that's what they needed. Now, they need a couple more like that. They can get back in this basketball game. They're going to press. Houston out top. It's a 1-2-1-1. Full court zone press. Good pass in the middle by Gallen to Person.
And a wide open shot for Swinson. Maybe out of his range. No good. And Corey Allen, after a Wiley tap, takes the carry. Bad pass picked off by Swinson. Gallen.
Out of control.
Swinson blocked by Allen. And there's Gallen to put it home.
That's that strong rebounding by the guards. Good job by Gallen inside.
5'10".
That's what he'll talk about. I mean, he'll tell all those big guys how to rebound.
Tennessee had a chance, scored a 3-pointer, got the ball right back, and then committed another turnover. Hamer.
Nice. Very nice. Good move. Good turnaround move. Got it right up over the top of Aubrey Wiley.
7-footer Steve Hamer, as Tennessee shows signs again of going inside to use that height advantage. Wiley over Hamer. Not a good shot. Taken by Tennessee.
Tom, that's 2 very poor possessions by Auburn, I thought. Gallen with a bad one, Wiley with a bad one.
So the door left open for the Volunteers. Here's the man that can slam it. Allen Houston short on that one. He's not squared up to the basket.
No, it took a bad shot and also made a bad pass. Good pass there to Battle. Boy, did Person make a terrific play? Well, a bounce pass in between 2 Tennessee defenders.
12 points for Battle, who used the basket to help shield the ball from 7-foot Steve Hamer. Swinson. Wiseman giving Auburn a little taste of its own medicine.
And that made a nice move to get around the screen out by Battle.
Swinson. Oh, shit! Hamer got a hand in his face, but Swinson went over there to get it. Then Hamer hacks him on the arm. There were 3 Tennessee players there, and somehow Wiley got in there to get the rebound.
Go back and take a look earlier at this break by Auburn. You see Gallen pick the ball up with a good long cross-court pass. Pick up by Person. Look at the nice bounce pass. Well, Tom, you can't draw it up any better than that. Battle with a good instinctive move around the basket to avoid Hamer.
Steve Hamer has just picked up his 3rd personal foul as Allen Houston sits on the bench.
That was Allen Houston, not Steve Hamer. He went to the bench.
What? Wiley pitches in his 15th point of the night.
Yeah, you got to take the ball out quick.
24, career high in his first career start Saturday against South Carolina. And showing no sign of letting up in his 2nd start.
Well, Auburn going to give Tennessee a little bit of a press of their own. They get the steal.
Battle picked it off. Fight for the rebound, and it's won by Auburn. Person. Hamer has the board. Hamer stays in despite the 3 fouls.
Auburn's cooled off a little bit to start the second half.
Golden has replaced Houston. He finds Allen down low. Rolls off, but a good rebound by Caldwell. Here's Allen again, spinning. That should be goaltend, and it is. Person called for the goaltending. Corey Allen registers his 12th point.
Nice call, partner. Up in the air right there. You'll see him make the move around and watch Person come over and get it on its downward flight.
48-36. Tennessee has gained 3 in the first 3 minutes of the second half.
See Auburn spread the court that time. They're really wide open down the middle, making those cuts. Now they're back at it again. Look at the middle. Now they fill it up. Now Gallen goes to the corner. Wide open down the middle. They're trying to make those cuts down inside, forcing Tennessee to play a lot of individual man-on-man, one-on-one defense.
Golden guarding Gallen and staying with him, but Battle's wide open for 3. Couldn't hit it. Caldwell battling for the rebound. It's out of bounds to Tennessee. Tommy Joe Eagles doesn't agree with that call. He'll send Hutton into the game.
Gallen doing a good job on Golden. He better be careful of that 5-second count.
Allen gives it to Hamer. Back outside to Caldwell. That's a 3, and he got it. The first 3-pointer of the season for Stanley Caldwell, and Tennessee is clawing back.
They need a defensive stopper, too. Tennessee does. Auburn needs a basket right here to regain confidence.
And there's a traveling call, another Auburn turnover. Swinson lost his balance, and that's 5 turnovers by Auburn. 15:57 left in the game, and Tennessee making a comeback on Auburn.
As the family grows, will your life insurance keep everyone sitting pretty? Make it happen with the strength and stability of Jefferson Pilot Insurance and Financial Services.
Why is the Sabre the best-selling full-size sedan in America? It's simple. Because it's built like a Buick. And Buick has become an enormous symbol for quality in America.
On January 1st, the Alabama Crimson Tide went to the Sugar Bowl and came home the national champions of college football. The game is history now, but you can continue to celebrate this historic victory with the official game program. WSFA has acquired a limited number of original 1993 Sugar Bowl programs. The actual programs sold at the game. The cost is only $10 each, and you can buy yours while they last at Cohen's Electronics, Montgomery Rug and Shade, and Reinhardt Toyota. Remember this national championship forever with an official 1993 Sugar Bowl program from WSFA.
Let's take a look right now with Tennessee making a little bit of a comeback in the second half here. Watch Aaron Swinson make the move down inside against Corey Allen. Loses his balance right here. Almost turned his ankle. Came very close to turning his ankle. Gets the traveling call. I think maybe he's in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, the grimace indicated that. And here's Wade Houston in the Tennessee huddle. His Volunteers were down 15 at halftime, but they've cut the deficit to only 9 and have the basketball. Facing the Auburn full court pressure. Wiseman says clear out. He'll bring it up against Ronnie Battle. There's the shooting this half. Tennessee lighting it up. They've missed only once.
Golden's about to lose it.
He did, but they say he was pushed by Gallen.
You know, I think if Reggie Gallen had stayed away from him, I think he'd have had the basketball. Gallen was going down of his own volition. Really with very little help from Gallen. You'll see him go. Now, did he trip him? Yeah, he did right there.
First foul on Gallen. First foul of the second half on the Auburn Tigers. Allen looking inside for Hamer.
Gallen with good help back inside.
Swipes at the ball. Here's Caldwell. Baseline. Can't reverse it through. Follows and got it. The freshman, Stanley Caldwell, was 7.
That's why he's starting for Tennessee.
Volunteers within 7. They're on a 7-0 run against the Tigers.
Switch now. Hamer on Persons. A mismatch. He gave it up, though.
Threw it away. Here's Golden on the break for the Volunteers. Pulls up to Wiseman. 3 on its way. No good. An air ball. Here's Gallen for Auburn the other way. Gallen laid it in.
You know, I think Golden was expecting some help on the other side from Lane Wiseman, and Wiseman backed up to pick up Battle, and Gallen blew right by both of them.
Golden penetrates, dishes back outside. Now they'll set it up. Allen for 3. Bottom of the net for Corey Allen. He's having a big scoring game and has Tennessee back within 6.
Tom, he's one of those two guys we talked about at the top of the show. We talked about Hamer and about Allen and how they've been able to pick this club up in the last couple of weeks. They've won 3 in a row, shooting for their 4th, and it's been the play of those two guys that's helped them, along with Allen Houston.
15 points tonight for Corey Allen. He leads Tennessee's attack. Tennessee getting back in the game with Allen Houston on the bench. And Allen chafing to get back in, waiting for his dad to send him onto the court. Hutton, bad-looking 17-footer, and the rebound collared by Caldwell. Lob, Allen had position. Here comes the defensive help. Good help by Hutton. 3-pointer Caldwell rimmed out, and Hutton had the 7-footer Hamer blocked off.
Good patience by Auburn. They're going to take their time now. Get a good shot from Person.
Backed off the back of the rim, and here's Tennessee again.
Tom, Auburn's really gone cold the second half.
Caldwell's in trouble. Finally cross-courted it to Wiseman. He shot 2 air balls tonight, and every time he touches it now, the crowd lets him know it. Allen. Pretty move.
Boy, he got it by inside. Aaron Swinson went to help. Couldn't do anything about it. And now Tennessee really within striking distance.
They're within 4 without Allen Houston. And Tommy Joe Eagles has seen enough. Timeout Auburn with an even 13 minutes left in the game. Tennessee has come out smoking to start the second half, led by Corey Allen, who has 17 points tonight. Tennessee within 4.
When your job puts you in a world of hurt, you need powerful relief.
Power, BC Power.
No matter where you're hurt, you need the power of BC.
BC Power in the powder. The power of BC.
When you need strong relief, BC stops pain fast.
The power of BC.
Only Delta gives you more flights from over here to over there. Only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities from over here to over there. In fact, only Delta flies you non-stop to more cities in Europe than all these airlines combined. Delta. We love to fly, and it shows. The world over.
All right, Chief. Open wide. Come on. Look, Daddy loves corn pops. See? And here he comes.
The problem with a cereal that tastes like popcorn, only sweeter, is that it disappears like popcorn, only faster.
Y'all finished? Good boy.
He may want seconds.
Kellogg's Corn Pops. It's hard to stop when it's Pops.
Hope you'll join us for an SEC doubleheader this Saturday on most of these SEC stations. Kentucky will visit South Carolina in the opener at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, followed by Alabama and Mississippi State. And a week from tonight on Wednesday, it'll be Arkansas and Mississippi State starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Looking forward to seeing those Razorbacks play again.
Tennessee has been outscored, or Tennessee has outscored Auburn 12-2, and they're within 4 points.
See their defense pick up a little bit too. It's amazing what one end of the court will do for the other. Get a little adrenaline push, whether it's the defensive end or the offensive end. Right now, it's Tennessee's offense that's been the spurs in the surf in the second half.
And Allen Houston is back on the floor for the Volunteers. Tennessee mounting the comeback without the high-scoring Houston. Weems for three over Houston. Won't go. There's another offensive board and another three-point try. This one there from Ronnie Battle.
Now, maybe that'll get Auburn on track. They need that outside scoring threat, and when they get it, it opens it up for the inside players.
Battle has 15. The lead's back to 7 for Auburn.
Gallen is really bothering Houston. A little hand check on him all the time.
Hamer, double team, went up anyway and traveled.
Wade Houston's got the jacket off. He's high.
And he just got a tee.
Well, the baseline move by Hamer looked pretty good. Houston had a pretty good angle on it, too, down underneath there, and he felt like his guy was pushed. Let's take a look and see if in fact, he was.
Ronnie Battle will shoot the free throws first. Battle an 82% free throw shooter, and it bounces off.
Here it is right here. Watch Hamer. Good double team. Look at that. He's going to have to go baseline. Nowhere else to go. I thought that was all right. Well, the defense was fine.
I didn't see a foul. Battle hits 1 of 2 at the line, 16 points. Wade Houston called for the technical foul, so Auburn gets it. They lead 54-46.
Again, the spread floor allowing Gallen to operate in the middle of the court.
All the way good by Wiley over the 7-footer. 18 points for Aubrey Wiley. He leads all scorers, and again, Auburn takes a double-figure lead.
Pretty good man-to-man defense right now by Auburn. Weems up top on Golden. Nice dish. That's a hold.
Swinson fouls Hamer. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting a BP best player from each team. In addition to recognizing our 2 best players, BP and its dealers will contribute $2,000 to the Southeastern Conference to be distributed among the member institutions' general scholarship funds under a conference-approved plan. Aaron Swinson just called for his 2nd personal foul. And on Auburn, that's 2 this half. Not many fouls called in the game. This half, 2 on Auburn, only 1 on Tennessee with 11:18 left.
Look at Gallen. He's got him hand checking him.
Houston finds the open man, Wiseman. Rimmed out from 3-point range. Weems takes it for Auburn.
Wiseman needs to make those. Houston and Wiseman between them shoot about 2/3 of the 3-point shots that Tennessee takes.
Wiseman hits 42%, 44 normally, but the 3-point attack has belonged to Battle and the Tigers tonight. Battle now with 19 points.
What a seesaw affair. It's back up to 13.
Since the timeout, Tommy Joe Eagles got their attention. Sheffield, bad-looking shot. On the floor, who's got it? There's little Reggie Gallen.
got to battle in a hurry that time.
Whatever Tommy Joe Eagles told him at that last time out has worked, because Tennessee had all the momentum. They were within 4 points. Auburn has taken control again.
Ryan Wiseman moving out a little bit further on Battle now. Now he'll take it down the middle. Good kick out pass.
Weems stepped out of bounds. A couple of SEC scores in Gainesville, South Carolina. Wow. After the coach has announced that he will not be back at the end of the season, leading Florida. That will really throw the Eastern race into a turmoil. And in Oxford, the Battle of the Magnolia State, and the Rebels leading Mississippi State. Last report we had, Vanderbilt had a slight edge on Arkansas. There's a foul on Weems of Auburn.
Strange things happen in conference play. When clubs get inside, everybody knows how to play the other teams because they've been used to playing them over the years. Tonight we may have a few upsets. Certainly the South Carolina score would be a major upset.
Wesley Person replacing Weems for Auburn. Weems not only was the all-time leading scorer in Alabama high school ranks, he was an all-state quarterback. There's the Arkansas Vanderbilt score. Commodores by 1. Corey Allen off the glass.
Boy, how seldom do you see that shot, huh? Off of the glass from about 15 feet.
19 points for Corey Allen. Tennessee back within 11.
Again, the spread offense. Look at the opening down the middle. There's the cut.
Wiley.
Well, Tom, you're getting all kinds of shots in the middle of that defense of Tennessee's.
Wiley with 20 points tonight, averaging 22 points as a starter. Wiseman finally hits one. Lang Wiseman has 9 points. Auburn by 11, and they continue to keep Allen Houston in check. Houston with only 9 points all in the first half.
Played a lot of people tonight. So is Tennessee.
Hutton. And rebounded by Tennessee's LaMarcus Golden.
Tommy Joe Eagles very upset with that shot of Hutton.
Golden is fouled, and that'll be 3 free throws, I believe. Wesley Person got him as he was attempting a 3. Number 2 on Person, and it'll be 3 shots at the free throw line. Eagles not happy with that foul committed by Person. LaMarcus Golden is an 89% free throw shooter so far. He's from Memphis Treadwell, one of the top U.S. point guard prospects a season ago. Knee surgery somewhat shortening his senior year, but the All-Stater did average 25 points, 7 rebounds. He's a cousin of a man many think is the best player in college basketball, Memphis State's Anthony Hardaway.
I might have to vote for that. I've seen Hardaway play a lot the last couple of years, and Tom, he is an outstanding talent, a definite lottery pick.
Golden has not scored. He does have 3 rebounds. Rolled all around and came off.
He was pleading for that one to go in.
Tennessee, the top free throw shooting team in the Southeastern Conference, 76.1, number 7 in the U.S., and struggling at the line tonight. Well, they only got 2. I'm sure the referee signaled 3 free throws.
He did. He did signal 3.
I'm positive he held up 3 fingers.
I saw him hold up 3 fingers.
Tennessee's hit only 1 of 5 at the free throw line tonight. The best free throw shooting team at 76.1.
Tom, I just looked over the official score, and he said no, that it was on the line. It was a 2. We did see the official hold up 3 fingers.
Wiley. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Back to Auburn. We understand that one official overruled the other on the call, so that was the discrepancy, and only 2 shots, 1 of 2 at the line for Golden.
We wouldn't give erroneous information.
My eyes were playing tricks on me.
See.
Got to bring that up. Person. Shot blocked by Allen. Tennessee still in it.
Well, the seesaw's set to go back the other way right now, isn't it?
They got to get Houston untracked. Hasn't scored in the second half. Spent a lot of time on the bench. 9 points in the game.
I think Reggie Gallen's really frustrated. Nice pass.
No look to the big guy. Hamer slams it home off the assist from Allen Houston.
Tom, I think that speaks volumes of his ability as a player. He really went inside that time, had a chance to take a bad shot and gave it up, made a terrific pass and got the basket for his team.
Back with an 8 the ball. 7:28 and counting. Fast-paced game in Auburn. Last touch by Golden. It'll go back to the Tigers of Tommy Joe Eagles. Auburn clinging to the lead. They're up 8 on Tennessee with 7:23 left.
Goodbye, old Regal. Hello, new Regal. The 1993 Buick Regal sedan. This story isn't unusual. There's a real love affair between Buick owners and their automobiles. And the latest J.D. Power & Associates initial quality study ranks Regal sedan as the best car in its price class. The great American love story belongs to Buick.
With each new day, you find a way to be your best.
Gillette Sensor for the closest, safest shave ever.
You know you gotta be a little better than the rest.
Only Gillette Sensor has spring-mounted twin blades that sense and adjust to every detail of every face. Gillette Sensor, when you're the best, there's no feeling like it.
Gillette, the best of men.
On January 1st, the Alabama Crimson Tide went to the Sugar Bowl and came home the national champions of college football. The game is history now, but you can continue to celebrate this historic victory with the official game program. WSFA has acquired a limited number of original 1993 Sugar Bowl programs. The actual programs sold at the game. The cost is only $10 each, and you can buy yours while they last at Cohen's Electronics, Montgomery Rug & Shade, and Reinhardt Toyota. Remember this national championship forever with an official 1993 Sugar Bowl program from WSFA.
We're back at Auburn, where it's time now for the Pizza Hut delivery of the game.
You know, good players don't allow one part of their game to drag down the rest of it. Allen Houston may not be scoring tonight for Tennessee, but he's keeping the rest of his game up. Look at this nice move after the defense by Auburn. The drop down pass inside to Steve Hamer, who gets the jam.
And that Allen Houston assist is our Pizza Hut delivery of the game.
And well delivered.
Only 9 points so far for Allen Houston on 4 of 11 shooting. He does have 3 rebounds and 4 assists.
Auburn is 7 of 21 in the second half, 2 of 6 from three-point range. So they've cooled off in that first half.
Zone defense from Tennessee, and Battle shoots right over it for a tray.
They're now 3 of 7 in the second half, and he's got all 3 of them.
22 points in the game. Battle's the leading scorer. Allen Houston, some 15 points below his seasonal scoring average on the defense by Reggie Gallen.
Can't get him the basketball. Good job by Gallen fronting him, and then Wiley helping on the backside. Now Gallen faces him straight up, going outside.
It's a screen from Allen and fires a 3. Good position by Wiley on the boards. Person battles for it, too, and it's knocked out of bounds. Back to the ball.
Tom, I think it's really had an effect on Allen Houston tonight. He's somewhat frustrated. Gallen, a very short person can cause you a lot of troubles when you don't have the quickness advantage, and he doesn't have against Gallen. But that's where he has the advantage. Inside, good move. Right around Gallen for the easy jam.
And he reaches double figures, finally, for the 32nd straight game. 11 points now for Allen Houston on 5 of 13 shooting.
Houston's main concentration right now is shutting down Battle.
6 minutes left in the game. Battle has hit 8 of 12 shots tonight. Shot clock to 10. Battle got another one.
Oh, what a tough shot.
Ronnie Battle, 24 in the game. He's hit 9 of his 13 shots. Quidditch three-point won't go. Clemson picks it up for Auburn. Tigers leading by 11, 66-55.
A very appreciative Auburn contingency in here. going to spread the court again. Now watch the opening. The cuts down the middle. Person goes. Screen by Gallen. Now watch the cut from the other side. Just almost like a wheel. Both clubs, like the spokes are right in the middle, and they're just turning, going right down the lane.
Fans are going to get home early tonight. Only 5 total fouls called in the second half and 5 minutes left in the game. There's the 6th total foul of the half, and it's whistled against Tennessee for the Vols. That'll be only number 2.
The advantage that Allen Houston has on the inside is his size, so he takes Gallen down in there, a good pass away from the defense, and nobody there to help. Shades of Shaq.
Well,
not quite.
Kevin Whitted has just committed his 3rd foul for Tennessee as Wiley misses the free throw.
Tom, the SEC continues to have a number of quality rookies playing well in the NBA this year.
Now 5 of 7 at the line for Wiley, who has 21 points. You saw that average, 6.9. But in his 2 starts, he has scored 24 and now 21. Golden beat the pressure, and the shot rolled out. Rebounding foul will be called on the Tigers. Golden had that one down, and it spun out. How many times has that happened tonight for Wade Houston's club?
I think Tennessee was fortunate that Corey Allen had presence of mind enough to follow that shot up.
3rd foul committed by Aaron Swinson. 15th foul on the Tigers. 4:52 left. Auburn leads 67-55.
Again, Gallen trying to front. Houston goes outside, and that's where Gallen has the advantage.
Allen against Swinson has it batted away by Battle. He's got Swinson.
He had the whole Auburn team. There wasn't anybody back for Tennessee.
Another assist for Reggie Gallen, who is 3rd in the SEC, averaging 5 assists a game, and 4th all-time in his Auburn career with over 400. Timeout, Tennessee. Wade Houston running out of time. His Vols trail 69-55.
The Buick LeSabre, Family Circle Magazine's Domestic Family Car of the Year. LeSabre won by finishing first in important family categories like value, comfort, dealer satisfaction, performance, safety, style, and of course, dependability. Buick LeSabre, a welcome addition to the American family.
When it's finally time to retire, where will you play around? Make it happen with the strength and stability of Jefferson Pilot Insurance and Financial Services.
Tom Hammond and Larry Conley at Joel Leaves Memorial Coliseum, Auburn, Alabama. Auburn has gotten some beautiful fast break baskets tonight.
They have indeed, and watch right here as Battle slapped the ball away from Corey Allen. Gallen looks up the floor and sees nothing but white shirts. Nothing but friendly fire at the other end, and he fired it right down, and the jam down in there by Aaron Swinson.
2 of the 22 points Auburn has gotten off Tennessee turnovers tonight.
Well, that is a lot of points off turnovers. And Tennessee's committed 15 of them. Auburn but 6. Big improvement for their club. They've taken care of the basketball tonight.
That's the situation. Tennessee needs points in a hurry. They closed within 4 after trailing by 15 at halftime, but haven't quite been able to get over the hump. Allen. Tough shot. Capped once, no good, and rebounded by Wiley of Auburn.
Seems like every time we look up underneath that glass, it's either Swinson or Wiley pulling it down.
Wiley has 21 points and 7 rebounds. I'd say he is a starter to stay. Joe Eagles pressed the right button on that when he found the combination, and his Tigers on the verge of winning their 2nd SEC game in a row after starting 0-3.
You know, Tom, and it really came at a good time because Cameron Boozer left this club about 10 days ago, and because of it, somebody had to step up and assume the responsibility on the inside. Boozer had played a lot. Now that he's gone, it looks like he's not going to be missed. It looks like Wiley and Swenson can control it inside.
Gallon made a bad pass that was picked off by Allen. Corey Allen leads the Tennessee scoring parade with 21.
Tennessee now in an all-out press. They need the ball. They need fouls. They need turnovers.
Gallon squirts away from the pack, and a reach-in foul called against Corey Allen of the Volunteers.
It'll be a while before they get to the bonus because that's only the 4th team foul against Tennessee.
And the first on Allen.
Number 5, Stanley Caldwell.
Stanley Caldwell returns for Tennessee. And Hamer goes out with 7 points to his credit. Hamer not suited to this pressing style defense. Golden bumps Allen into backcourt. First foul on LaMarcus Golden. And still just the 5th on Tennessee. Wiseman has 3 fouls, checking Gallon in backcourt. Now into front court, and Gallon content to let the clock tick away. Force Tennessee to foul. Auburn turns it over.
Now, Tommy Joe Eagle looked at Wiley and said, look, we don't need that. Let's just take care of the basketball. We've got this one in our hip pocket. But they've got to take care of it.
8 turnovers committed by Auburn versus the 15 miscues by Tennessee. Wiseman on the floor to Auburn. Wiley protecting the basketball from 3 Volunteers. Swenson.
Nice pass. Nice speed.
Aaron Swenson has 12 points. He averages 15 a game. Auburn's second leading scorer.
Ooh, look at Golden.
But he couldn't finish. Tapped in, though, by Caldwell.
Good follow by Caldwell.
It'll be number 4 on Lang Wiseman.
Back and look at LaMarcus Golden. Look at this spin move right here, but you got to finish. Little left-hand action, too. Good tip. Good follow in there. Stanley Caldwell all over that rebound.
That is number 4 on Wiseman with 2:36 left. Auburn leads 71-59. There's another foul.
Auburn's going to have a chance to build and maybe help that free throw percentage of theirs.
Golden, second personal, and finally, Tennessee reaches the bonus. That's the 7th against the Volunteers.
Well, you say thankfully. I'm not sure you want to send this group up there. Although they've not shot well tonight.
76% on the season. Auburn at the free throw line. Number 8 in college basketball. Gallon, 6 points, 7 rebounds tonight. Free throw miss. Again, it's been unusual. The poor free throw shooting from the 2 best teams in the league.
Double screens for Houston out top. They're going to let him shoot threes. He's going to get 3.
Free ones, that is. Allen Houston, annually one of the best free throw shooters in the SEC and hitting 89%, second in the league this season.
Tell me, Joe Eagles just called Aaron Swenson over to the side, and he said, now, look, go back in there and tell these guys, I don't want any more fouls. Let's take care of the basketball and make our free throws, and we can walk out of here with a win.
Allen Houston got a knee to his thigh in the game against North Carolina Charlotte and is playing like Jerry Rice tonight. He has thigh pads on both legs. Football thigh pads under his basketball trunks. 12 points tonight for Allen Houston.
How many guys can catch a ball well the way that guy can catch a ball? This one can shoot it.
First time at the line tonight for Allen Houston with 1 more free throw remaining. He's a way to get back in a hurry. 3 free ones from one of the best in the business at the line, and it's 71-62. Lead cut to 9 with just over 2 minutes left. Houston commits the foul and will send Reggie Gallon to the strike. First foul on Houston.
Yeah, both of these guards for Auburn, Gallon and Battle, both came into this game shooting 81%, so it's very difficult to go after these guys. And Person, the other guy who handles it out top, not bad himself at 87.
Reggie Gallon, 3-year starter for the Tigers. We'll have another.
Tom, early in the season, he didn't start the first few games of the season and has worked his way back into that starting role for Auburn. And maybe is responsible for playing as well as they played against South Carolina the other day. He was delivering the ball pretty well.
Projected Tennessee bench sees Gallon hit 2. He has 8 points in the game. Gallon starting the last 7 games only for the Tigers. Houston forced it, but it didn't matter.
He's there when they need him.
17 points now for Houston. The lead 73-65, just under 2 minutes. Houston with another foul. It'll pin Ronnie Battle. Number 2 on Houston. As Tommy Joe Eagles continues to coach, and Ronnie Battle from Pittsview, Alabama. One of 10 kids. He's the youngest of 10. Has made his mark at Auburn, steadily climbing up the scoring list. Came into the game at number 6, shooting for his 26th point of the evening here. Already leads Auburn in 3-point field goals all time, past the 200 mark tonight.
Youngest of 10, huh?
Youngest of 10 kids.
Think he learned any from the older siblings in the family?
If he learned his basketball, they were good teachers. He has 26 tonight. It's his 85th career double-figure game at Auburn, and there's Allen Houston. Well, they're making up a point at a time. Houston, who had only 9 until about 5 minutes ago, has 20 points now. And another quick Tennessee foul.
Tom, that was from that shot was from the other level, the next level up where he's going to play. That was way out.
There you see how far he is behind the 3-point arc. Good NBA range indeed, Larry, and it's a 7-point game with Gallon back at the free throw line. He's hit 2 of 3, 4 now, and has 9 points.
One shot.
Well, Auburn's been involved in some close games that they've lost, and one of the things that their coach, Tommy Joe Eagles, said they had to learn was how to hold on to a lead. Doing a pretty good job of it here, although that second free throw is missed, and Tennessee gets it back. Now they've got to keep Houston from hitting another 3. Golden's got to find Houston. He's all alone at the 3-point arc as Wiseman misses, and then 2 Tigers batted out of bounds. Golden, the freshman, had to know where Allen Houston was. He was spotted up, ready to shoot the 3, and he couldn't find him. In fact, didn't look for him.
Yeah, Wiseman was standing in the corner over there calling for the ball. He's as good a 3-point shooter as Houston is, but Houston's got the hot hand right now.
Tough inbounds pass. Golden saves it. And there's a double dribble off the freshman, LaMarcus Golden. Tennessee struggling with Golden here down the stretch. Houston trying to show that what he did was legal, but the ref's not buying it. 16th Tennessee turnover. Battle. Golden on the other end. And a timeout by Tennessee with 1:13 left in the game. Volunteers within 8. Auburn leads at 78-70 with 1:13 left.
Just a little bit of time left for Tennessee, down by 8. You know, I find it interesting in Auburn's 4 conference games. They're 1-3 right now, but all of them have been decided by 6 points or less. Seems like they can't get a blowout on either side, either winning big or losing big. They want to keep close games.
A reminder that Saturday we'll have an SEC doubleheader for you. The leadoff game pits Kentucky against South Carolina. That's a 2 o'clock Eastern time start as Pitino's Cats take on the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Then it'll be Alabama and Mississippi State in the second game of the Saturday doubleheader. A week from tonight, next Wednesday, we'll be in Starkville as Mississippi State hosts Arkansas. That one's slated to start at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Auburn Tigers have gotten 24 points off Tennessee turnovers tonight, one of the big factors in this game. Tigers having trouble putting Tennessee away, but they do have an 8-point lead with 1:13 to play. Auburn, no doubt, getting a lift from that 2-point win at Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday, ending an 8-game SEC road losing streak. And they return here to the Eaves Memorial Coliseum, where in the 25-year history of this facility, they've won nearly 72% of the time.
Building named after one of Auburn University's greatest basketball coaches, Joel Eaves. In fact, won the SEC championship with his 59-60 club. I can remember him appearing on the cover of Sports Illustrated. He had that great Auburn shuffle.
Quick foul committed by Chris Brand, who came in expressly for that purpose, I'm sure. And Wesley Person is the foulee. He'll step to the line, and he's an 87% free throw shooter. Younger brother of Chuck Person, of course. He was a ball boy here when Chuck Person played at Auburn and was the All-American and the all-time #1 scorer for the Tigers. Chuck, of course, now in the NBA. Wesley says he doesn't talk to him all that often, but broke all his records in high school, and his Auburn career will be nearly as storied as his older brother's when it's all over. Has only 4 points tonight, though, below his 18 a game average. He's hit only 2 of 13, so a very subpar performance by Wesley Person, now with 5 points in the game.
Watch the double screens now for Allen Houston. Either side of the top of the circle. Look at the Auburn team gather around him.
Fake, fired, off-balance shot, and still nearly went in. Riley wins the rebounding battle. Gallen, fouled by Allen.
Yeah, usually in this circumstance, Auburn would be very happy to take these fouls, but their free throw shooting, except for Gallen, has been very good tonight.
Called that last foul on Brand instead of Corey Allen. It's the third on Chris Brand. Auburn has hit 12 of 19 now at the free throw line. Gallen's above his average tonight. He has 9 points. He's converted 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
Tom, most coaches, when they evaluate point guard proficiency, look at assist-to-turnover ratio. And coming into this game, Reggie Gallen, again, a missed free throw by Auburn, was at 2-1, and that's usually, that's very good. Coaches look at that and say, that's what I'd like for my point guard to do. But now what Tommy Joe Eagles wants him to do is make this free throw.
And he complies to give Auburn a 10-point lead with 50 seconds left. Double team of Allen Houston, so he gives it to Brand. Go inside, Brown off the glass, and a Tennessee timeout with 39 seconds left. Well, those 2-point buckets won't quite get it. Just 39 ticks left. We'll be back after a word from your local SEC station.
On January 1st, the Alabama Crimson Tide went to the Sugar Bowl and came home the national champions of college football. The game is history now, but you can continue to celebrate this historic victory with the official game program. WSFA has acquired a limited number of original 1993 Sugar Bowl programs. The actual programs sold at the game. The cost is only $10 each, and you can buy yours while they last at Cohen's Electronics, Montgomery Rug and Shade, and Reinhardt Toyota. Remember this national championship forever with an official 1993 Sugar Bowl program from WSFA.
The Lexus ES 300, despite the fact that it's a luxury sedan, it has a surprisingly powerful 24-valve V6 engine. Perhaps this is what they mean by an inexpensive alternative source of power. Come in to Reinhardt Lexus in Montgomery. Get recharged.
At Wendy's, we're making a big deal out of 4 great meals.
Presenting Wendy's old-fashioned combos. We've taken a big order of Biggie fries and a 20-ounce drink, teamed them up with our old-fashioned quarter-pound single, our half-pound double with cheese, Wendy's delicious chicken sandwich, and our big classic with cheese. Then we trimmed the price. So at Wendy's, you can get a great deal on a great meal every day.
Sounds like a great combo to me.
Get an old-fashioned single combo for just $2.99 every day at Wendy's.
Allen Houston has 20 points now, but his Tennessee Volunteers trail by 8 with only 39 seconds left. Tennessee hoping to build on their first SEC win over the weekend. Came back on Monday and won over North Carolina Charlotte out of the conference, and had won 3 in a row before tonight. As Battle will get a chance to add to his point total, while Lang Wiseman fouls out of the game. Let's take a look at our BP best players for tonight's game. Corey Allen hitting 10 of 15 for Tennessee, their leading scorer tonight with 21 points. And Ronnie Battle, he's stepping to the free throw line now. He already has 28. He's only missed 4 shots tonight, 10 of 14. At the free throw line, he's hit 3 of 4. And shooting now for his 30th point. That would double his season's average. And he got it. 30 points for Ronnie Battle, and Auburn leads by 10. Brown got on the rim and rolled off, and then a foul on the rebound, and we'll parade back to the Auburn free throw line, and this one in the bag for the Tigers. One of their heroes will shoot. That's Aubrey Wiley. Tommy Joe Eagles decided to move the 6'6 junior into the starting lineup in the Tigers' last game, a road win over South Carolina. You'll be reading about him tomorrow because he's had another big game. Aubrey Wiley shooting now for his 22nd point. He also has 8 boards.
He's got that, excuse me, Tom, I was going to say, he's got that great strength on the inside, which really propels him. He's not a great leaper, but he just knows how to utilize his body.
That's his seasonal average. But the last 2 games, his only 2 starts, he had 24.7 rebounds against South Carolina and has nearly duplicated that effort tonight. Tennessee touched it last with 19 seconds left.
Could be we might be starting to see that Auburn team that everybody was talking about in the preseason. They seem to be coming on at the right time. They came into this game 1-3. They're going to go 2-3 in the conference and maybe make a mild run at that Western Division. They've still got a lot of clubs to catch at the top. LSU and Arkansas playing very well right now.
Tommy Joe Eagles may have unlocked the mystery by inserting Aubrey Wiley into the starting lineup.
He looks like the guy who's behind.
Battle missed on a chance for 31 points. He'll have another. Houston draws the double team, shoots anyway, and then fouls Gallen. 9 seconds left. Well, I said the folks were going to get home tonight early, but not unless they left before the end of the game. What was a very fast-paced game has gone the other way with Tennessee forced to foul over these last few minutes. Going to be too little too late for the Volunteers. They'll fall to 9-6 overall and end their 3-game winning streak. And their conference mark now will be 1-3. Swinson's going to shoot.
Why not?
That's good by Brown. Just a step or 2 beyond midcourt. So that'll make the final score Auburn 88 and Tennessee 75. Tommy Joe Eagles sees his Tigers win their 2nd SEC game in a row. Now they are 7-5 overall, 2-3 in the conference. We'll be back for some interviews in a moment.